I'm going to call our meeting to order. We're going to stand up and have the Pledge of Allegiance, and after that, I'm going to ask Alderman Betts if he'll lead us in prayer, please.
Hey, thanks. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Our Father in heaven, we are again grateful for the day of life that you've given to each of us. Grateful for your watching care over us and your love to us. Thank you for the nation that we live in. We pray your blessings upon her and our leaders. Thank you for the peace in Israel, and I pray it continues. Watch over all our servicemen and women who are in harm's way. Ask you, Lord, that you help us to take care of the business of this town. Help us, Lord, to make wise decisions. And it's in your name that we pray. Amen.
Okay. At this time, I'm going to ask our clerk if she would do our roll call.
Town of Vidalia Board of Aldermen roll call for the regular meeting of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen dated October 14th, 2025. Alderman Betts.
Present.
Alderman Gardner.
Here.
Alderman McCoy.
Present.
Alderman Probst.
Here.
Alderman Smith.
Here.
Mayor, let the record show that a quorum of the board is present and accounted for.
Okay, thank y'all very much. We'll welcome everybody here. We'll get started. We're gonna have, first thing we have is the approval of our minutes of our previous meetings. Any changes, additions, or deletions?
So I do have something to say pertaining to it. I know, and it's pertaining to the hydro projects. I know I mentioned about the marker, historical marker. I asked for Memorial Day. And I think the price was going to be between $1,500 and $2,500. I didn't see it on here. I asked for that special marker, and I told you that Magnolia Street would be my recommendation at where the Lady Relief Corps building is located. I know Natchez had already did one for their side, and the price that I did do some research. They spent about $2,700 on the marker. I know we're coming up to our 160 years that Vidalia has had the annual Memorial Day celebration, and I just think that would be a great thing to recognize us as one of the longest running parades in Vidalia. I know I mentioned it, but I didn't see where it was mentioned, where I mentioned that as well as one of my ideas.
Okay, I'm trying to remember when we had the hydro meetings, when we approved those, was that brought up or not?
I brought it up.
The night that, did we vote on it? Was that?
I know I brought it up.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying, did we?
Do you remember me? Because I was wondering why I wasn't on here. Do you remember me not bringing it up?
I'll have to go back, to be honest, I'll have to go back and look at.
I don't remember bringing it up the night on the night of all the
I'm not gonna
approvals.
say nothing, but I know we got it on camera.
Right.
We can definitely find
Go
it. Can't we,
back.
Dustin?
Yeah.
Huh? Dustin, you can find that, can't you? Okay, we'll know.
All right.
If we can go back, we can prove as written, but then we can come back if.
All right.
if it's
I
something
appreciate that.
Okay. All right.
But besides that, everything's fine.
Okay. Motion to approve.
Prove.
A motion by Alderman Probst, here a second. Second by Alderman Betts. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Next thing we got is right now, we have a public comment portion on our agenda where anybody can make a comment on anything on our agenda if they're at that time. Open meeting law requires that. And at this time, if anybody has anything they want to say publicly about anything on the agenda, would be the time to do that. Not hearing any, we're going to move on. First thing we have was presentation of the financial statements for August 2025 by Ms. Deborah Moak, our CPA and Chief Financial Officer.
Tonight's financial statements include the balance sheet as of August 31st, 2025, the statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance for the 2 months ending August 31st, 2025. These financial statements have been distributed to all department heads and aldermen for their review. In summary, the town has combined cash in the bank of $10.4 million, included restricted funds of $8.1 million in the hydro fund and $668,000 in the sales tax fund. Investments include $32.2 million, of which $29 million is in the hydro fund, $1.7 million is in the general fund, and $749,000 are ARPA funds. Total assets are 86 million, total liabilities are 15 million for a change in fund balance of 71 million. The statement of revenues, expenses, and changes in fund balance for the 2 months ending August 31st, 2025 indicates combined revenues of 10 million, total expenditures of 7.8 million for a change in net position of 2.2 million. The approved hydro projects include a total approved to date of 31 million, with 18 million having already been spent, with the remaining amount of 13 million for ongoing projects. The largest portion of the balance remaining is for the construction of Pope Park of 4.2 million, 3.5 million for the DA Big Lane road improvements, and the SLU project of 1.1 million. Revenues are at 20% of budget, and expenses, including capital outlay, are at 20% of budget. Rebates have been calculated at 2.7 million, which is approximately 50% of the prior year billings. Rebates are expected to go out the week before Thanksgiving.
Okay, any questions of Ms. Moak? Thank you, Deborah, as usual.
I'm glad she said the rebates are supposed to go out the week before Thanksgiving, because I have been getting those phone calls.
They do a good job on getting those together and all lined up. Anyway, and just for people who want to know how it's calculated, because when you, since they were never really done before, you had to have a start point of how you did those. And since our fiscal year runs from July 1 to June 30th, the best way to do it, we backed up and we just took people's usage for the previous fiscal year, which would be 2024. Your fiscal year usage for 2024 is what's actually rebated, not by the town fiscal year, because since that happens in a midway, we wait till our full year is over so we can budget and kind of estimate what that budget is going to be. So just forecasting things and budget wise, that's how it falls. And it should always be done that way in the future, since that's how we started it. That's how it should always be done. But it's that monies we have is collected through June 30th, but we base it on our citizens' 2024 usage. That makes sense. Anyway, all right, let's move on. First thing we got on number 2 is board discussion and vote on approval of occupational license applications. And one tonight is if they're here, Help from the Heart Adult Daycation. That sounds like fun. A daycation sounds like a vacation. Our Lieutenant Governor calls it a staycation, stay in Louisiana. So this is a daycation for those who are maybe mentally challenged adults or elderly seniors. So any questions on that? It's going to be housed in 1642 Suite 5 of Carter Street. Miss Pamela Poole of Mississippi is going to be the owner. And any questions? If not, we'll accept it. Motion to accept. Motion made by Alderman Gardner. Is there a second?
I second it.
Second by Alderman McCoy. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Next thing we have is a public hearing of an ordinance to amend ordinance number 664 respecting enforcement of health, safety, and welfare of the town of Vidalia, Louisiana, and for the administrative adjudication of public health, housing, fire code, and environmental violations of the town of Vidalia of the Code of Ordinances of Town of Vidalia, Louisiana, by amending section 2B, paragraph 3. This is in reference to our requested by our blight administrator, and this is just to change that. And we are going to start here pretty quick. I think the first hearing is set for October 23rd. So any questions on this from the public? Well, we got to enter a public hearing to have anybody in the public discuss it. So can I hear a motion?
I make that motion that we enter into a
motion made by Alderman McCoy. Here a second.
Second.
Second by Alderman Probst. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, we're in public hearing. So does anybody in the public have a question about the blighted property and what this is asking to change?
Yeah, so with blight, we're going from to demolition now? Is that our plan?
Yes, we will be going to. But we will discuss that on our next part. Let's get out of the public part of it. Then we get into y'all's part.
All right.
And nobody from the public, can I have a motion to exit public hearing?
Make that motion.
Motion made by Alderman Gardner. Here, second.
Second.
Alderman Probst, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. So now we have board discussion and vote to approve an ordinance to amend the ordinance number 664 respecting enforcement, the same thing I read earlier, And now we are going to enter to the board discussion, an open discussion of this. Okay, Alderman McCoy.
So initially, the move was to fight the blight,
Mhm.
wherever it was in town. And that was a long drawn out process into reaching all family members or everybody who might have interest in said property or said house. So we're moving forward and faster because now we're going into demolition. We're gonna tear it down.
That's correct.
That's
Gonna be a result, a step of one getting into that as well. It's gonna be part of one of the steps.
I think that's it. I think.
So it ain't gonna be contacting the family and all those steps that they were originally doing with the first group of people that we had working on it and giving them certain deadlines and timeframes to respond and get back, and or it's just gonna be straight just demolishing.
This has been a statewide push. May I don't mean to take your part, but this has been a statewide push that the hold up on reaching relatives. First of all, we got to find where they are.
Correct.
Once you find them, Cousin John might want it done, and Cousin Brent might not.
Right.
So, as a municipality, we're going to make a decision. If this property has been past a certain
So
time
are we
limit,
making the decision or the judge is making?
No,
the decision?
Can I make a comment?
Sure.
Interrupt just a little bit.
Mhm.
According to Jay LaShawn, he went to a meeting. I talked to him, and he said he had some state information from the meeting concerning blight. Can we just let him give us an update on what?
Sure, that's fine.
That'd be a lot simpler because he's got the latest and greatest, I guess, right, Jay?
Well, the only, the thing that has changed that might aid in some of these properties that we've had some issues with is that previously a property declared blighted had to be unoccupied, abandoned, but we have issues sometimes where they are occupied. And so, declaring this, now the state has allowed occupied buildings to be able to be declared blighted because our inspection service can declare it blighted. And part of that is that it's a public health issue. So that can also happen when a property is occupied. So, I think we've taken some avenues on some instances with some state agencies about health issues, declaring it a public health hazard. There's only so much they can do, but the legislature did pass something that kind of beefed up the blighted property, the ability of the municipalities to have something declared blighted and have it cured one way or the other. So that's something that they took in this last session and approved. So, I think Mr. Joey Booth, who's our hearing officer, he's doing some research and all that. So he's going to have all that available when we start this new round of hearings, October 23rd.
Long story short is, we still have to go through due process, which we will do. All the notifications are done. Make sure you reach to all the families like Alderman McCoy was alluding to. You got to do all that, and we do, because we don't want to go and tear down somebody's property and them not have any kind of say in it. And they have a chance to come in, they're asked whether they show up or not to that hearing. If they don't show up at the hearing, that's just admission that, hey, I don't care what you do. And so it can go further. But, and as I guess what Alderman Probst want to get at, before it couldn't be an occupied dwelling, but now people are living in deplorable conditions. If that, what you want to call it, ITBS, who is our independent inspector, determines it blighted, then that person will have to go to a hearing and actually sit through that, have a chance of the property being taken care of.
Well, I want to comment on one property instance. It's on Dandridge Street, been there for years. In fact, the person who lived beside it actually sold his house and left Vidalia, moved to Natchez due to the fact that it was such a blighted property, due to drugs and everything else that was involved in that blighted property. So you're saying at this point, you think if those people don't show up, and I don't know if they ever showed up in those hearings before, we are going to take care of that property? I hope that's number one on the list because that's been in there. That's been a long time coming.
I think there's a there's a long list right now of properties that we've got to, you know.
But I mean, it's bad when you got to move out of town, sell your house and lose value in your house because of a blighted property sitting right beside you they don't care.
Oh, nobody.
Frankie back there said, ain't no telling how many times he's had to cut the grass
No.
just because they don't care. Right, Frankie? Yeah.
Okay.
So my question for some of the ones that may be living in these conditions, I guess some of the stipulations that the judge that's ruling on these cases will be putting in place, he will be giving these people that own these type of properties an adequate amount of time to get their houses up to par without just coming in, demolishing their home.
In our past, the blighted program we have, which our hearing officer at that time, I think they did a good job of giving the people time to
Absolutely.
do, you know, to fix their property. They did an outstanding job of doing that. And if the people didn't take the initiative to do it, then now I will say that, of course, our hearing officer, she pursued a different position with the town and it's got that. And so our blighted program's been on hold since that time. We just now got it restarted back up, and we use hydro money to actually put back in it to make sure it's back up, and we can get a lot of these problems taken care of. And that's where we're at. So, but anyway, this is what this is, and this is at the request of the current hearing officer to put this language in there too.
Just as a point of information, I'd want us to be very careful about a house that somebody may be living in.
I agree.
Especially elder.
We're not going, I hope we don't lose the humanity part of it.
I don't disagree with that at all. I agree.
But I do get Thomas' point of view saying the value of somebody else's house may be going down because of somebody else's living conditions. But you have people we don't know people's financial situations, you know. So with that type of person, if it's somebody elderly on a fixed income, it may take them a little bit longer to, you know, meet step 1, 2, and 3 to be.
Well, I was just going to say, I don't want to give off the impression that the town's going after anybody it's situations particularly where you might have someone living in a dwelling that that refuses and have no utilities.
Right.
Nothing. And that gets to be a situation that's rather unique. And, you know, so it's not like we're out looking for.
Well, I'm going to make a
situations
comment on that because I'm the one dealing with that, okay? This is the problem. The state says you can't condemn a house. I can't remember how it was, but he does have utilities. He's got a pipe and a commode because you can't do anything to a person because you had to allow him to have sewage. So he's not paying for our sewage, but he could go haul some water in if he was able to get it from somewhere and flush his commode. But he don't even really want to do that. So that's the only stipulation that you can't. And I mean, I've been through this, and another man in here has too, David Washington, and we've been fighting this for a while, and we tired of it. So we got to fix it somehow, and hopefully we will. And y'all are doing a good job trying to get it there. Appreciate that.
I think if there's somebody there that this is having on this problem, I think if we let it be known that these people need help, I have complete confidence in the men of our churches and women of our churches coming to their aid and helping them.
On what Robert was talking about,
I'm talking about people coming that are mission-minded.
Oh, yeah.
Christians that have come to work and help these people that can't help themselves. I have complete faith in our people around here in this community. If they need help, I can start naming, and First Baptist Church is one of them. I've seen them come over 12 or 13 men and build handicap routes and do repairs for people. They have a widow ministry. Somebody like that, a fixed income, elderly person. I think the people that can do better and won't is a different story.
Absolutely.
So
and that's what you're basically talking about.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. So any other discussion on this? We have a motion to approve. Motion made by Alderman Probst here, second. Second by Alderman Smith. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, next thing we have is board discussion and vote
Mayor,
on.
can we get a roll call on
Oh,
that?
I'm sorry. Do you want a roll call? Okay. Roll calls requested. Ms. Wilson, would you do a roll call for us?
Motion offered by Alderman Probst to approve an ordinance to amend ordinance number 664, respecting enforcement of health, safety, and welfare of the town of Vidalia, Louisiana, and for administrative adjudication of public health, housing, fire code, and environmental violations of the town of Vidalia, of the Code of Ordinances of the town of Vidalia, Louisiana, by amending section 2B, paragraph 3B, second by Alderman Smith, Alderman Betts,
Yes.
Alderman Gardner,
Yes.
Alderman McCoy, Alderman Probst,
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
That motion carries, Mayor.
All right, next thing we have is board discussion vote on approval of, for Vidalia Police Department as a reserve officer, Mr. Carson Cupid. Mr. Cupid's worked for us before. Any questions from the council?
Yes. I have a question concerning Carson Cupid. Why are we hiring him if he left us? Whoever wants to answer that question.
He had to come back part-time as reserve officer.
Why did he leave us?
He went to the sheriff's office.
Why does he want to come back?
Something you have to ask.
I don't need to talk to him. I just need to know why he wants to come back. And we put him in all this training, but then he left us. What if he didn't want to come back? Enough said. I'm done. I just wanted to ask that question. Why does he want to come back?
Okay,
No answer.
all right. Any other questions? All right, can I hear a motion to approve Mr. Cupid as reserve officer?
I'd call for a roll call vote.
Okay, well, we've got to have a motion in a
Let's
second.
make a motion.
All right, you want to make a motion?
I have
I
a
don't
quick
wanna
question.
make
Let me
it
ask you a
better.
question before we get that far. My question is, he replacing somebody or is a new hire, will he be replacing someone? Okay.
What would his job duties be? School crossings or something like that?
And like extracurricular, like football games, delivery to EDS and
So as needed, basically.
as needed.
So it's not his full-time job.
No. You got a dirt business that's a full-time job.
Do we need another?
We need all the help we can get, and it's still post service.
My question was, do we need another number? Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna ask once more. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Alderman Betts. Do I hear a second? Second by Alderman Smith. Y'all want to do a roll call?
Yes.
She
Okay.
requested it.
Requested roll call.
Motion offered by Alderman Betts to approve Carson Cupid as a reserve officer, was second by Alderman Smith. Alderman Betts,
Yes.
Alderman Gardner,
Yes.
Alderman McCoy,
Yes.
Alderman Probst,
No.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
That motion carries, Mayor.
Okay. Next thing we have is board discussion and vote to approve the bids for the Town of Vidalia Phase 3 tree removal project. We have 3 bids here. The first one is from Ford's Tree Work. And by the way, this is nearly right at 200 trees. And this bid come in at $198,000.
Break that down.
Now, this is Cousins Tree Service.
Cool. Cool.
Okay, this bid for problem includes that includes trimming of the Syra line, removal of 100 and trimming of. Is this the same? Now, is this the same bid? I mean, he's got it more detailed. Is the bid from Ford?
They all got the same list.
They all have the same
Cornell had
list. Okay.
Same list. They all
Okay.
had, they were all
Can I-
worked off the
can I-
same list.
Can I, is that part of the bid, the cyber line? Is it separated? Is it separated? Is it separated? Is it on the bid?
Yeah, it's all over, everybody got the same.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This one came in at three. Huh?
Yeah.
This one came in at 325,000. And then this one is Arbor Box Outdoors. And of course, all these are subject to having all the licenses,
And equipment,
uh,
and equipment.
equipment and insurance, correct. Oh, there's another envelope of this. And this one came in at $877,590.
877.
My question is,
Hold
why
up.
are they all so much different?
Hold up on, just a second. You're not finished, right?
Huh?
You're not, are you finished?
That's it.
Okay,
Three bids.
then go ahead, Robert, then I got my comments.
Yeah, my question is, why are they all so different?
You'll have to ask the individual people that bid on it.
Okay, well, go ahead. You through,
Who
Robert?
all here tonight that bid on it?
Yeah, I would like to make a comment if Robert's through. Do y'all remember Mr. Ford's last bid? Does anybody in here remember Mr. Ford's last bid? The same question was asked last time. How come he was, do you remember that? Oh, man.
Oh, no.
How can he do $4,800 and the next bid was $48,000, but the next bid was $89,000? I really don't think that this man should even be able to bid again because he didn't bid the project last time right. And I got an idea that there's that much difference. He probably didn't bid it again this time right. Is it specified in those bids, Syra? Is it specified on any bid, on either, on his bid? Does he have anything in
So
there?
my question to you is, you think he low bid?
I'm saying
to
last
come
time
back-
he
to
refused
come
to
back
do the
and
job,
say-
but we didn't hold him to his bid,
Right. To
but he
come back
bid
and say-
$48,000. But he
Yes,
said,
one-
oh, I didn't do all the trees. Is this correct, Cornell? Do you remember by chance?
Oh, yes. I know on the phase two, anytime, the contractor make, put a bid out, I go out there, we go with the individual contractor, we'll go to assess each tree.
Did
Make
you
sure
buy-
that they, bid on that tree.
Did you go with Mr. Ford on that other bid?
Yes.
And he said he didn't bid them all because he didn't know it, but you went with him, right?
He had to miss, yes.
What'd you say?
It was a street
Trees
bid.
that he had missed.
Hold on,
Say it one more time. Please, I couldn't hear you, brother. Somebody was talking.
hold on.
Tell me what you said.
There was some trees that he had to miss,
But you took him out there and showed him the trees.
yes.
How did he miss them?
Well, like I say.
But that doesn't happen.
It
So,
happened, and we had to go to the next bid.
okay, well, let me ask you this. Are we gonna allow him to say he missed some trees or didn't know about the Syra this time? Or are we gonna hold him to that $198,000 bid?
Every time, the contract put out a bid, the winning bidder, I take them out to each one of the sites, each tree. Make sure that we're all on the same page. If they're not on the same page, then, they's gonna, cut it for that price. If not, we'll have to go to the next bid.
Okay, but I'm saying you did on the last time you took him to the trees, but yet he bid it at $48,000 and then next bid was $89,000. So how can we take him and let him bid again?
Like
What's
I
gonna
said,
happen? I'm just asking a question. What's gonna happen this time if he doesn't bid right when we got that big a gap between two other bids and he's down here? Are we gonna hold him to the contract? Are we gonna make him cut him for that?
Alderman Brooks, he is not gonna cut a tree unless he has all the insurances, which is gonna make him.
I'm not
want to
talking
do-
about the insurance.
I know.
I'm
what
talking
I'm
about
saying
his
is
bid
either
process.
He's gotta do it, he's gotta cut it through what we said, and before he cuts a tree, if he can't do it, he won't get the bid.
But you're not listening to what I'm
I am
saying,
listening to
Mayor
what you're saying,
Kraft.
but-
Listen to what I'm saying. Last time he was taken out there. It's not about cutting the trees. It's about the bidding process. He was taken out there showing each tree to cut, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then he sent the bid in and he said he didn't know about these trees, but yet the other bidders went out there and saw the trees, correct? Put their bid in, okay? So why is he so low? And it's not about asking him, it's about what he did last time. So why is he so low? And if he does do it this time, do we hold him? I'm asking a question and I want an answer or not. You can answer me or not. Are we gonna hold him to that bid and make him cut him for that price?
Absolutely. If he don't, we go to the next bid.
No, but no,
Well, I'm
that's not
approached
really fair either,
Well, I'm
because,
I mean, really.
because Mr. Cousins is here tonight, and that's happened last
And he's
time.
done a great job.
He's done a great job. I'm gonna,
Okay.
for
But-
him.
But I'm gonna clap, but if we can get the job done for $100-something cheaper, I'm gonna clap,
Oh, I agree, but we didn't last time, did we?
huh?
We didn't last
And we
time.
went to the next bidder.
I understand that, but he
And
he
this
should,
Eleven-
if he wasn't able to look at the trees, had the same opportunity last time, and here he comes in way low again, and we have to go through that same process, then what's gonna happen on the next phase? Anything?
Hopefully
won't
this is
be no
the bid.
next
I hope so too, but again, he don't have another chance, but,
It will not be a next phase.
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
Right.
But I wanna make my point that
Point,
his
I think.
198,000 is a lot different from 300,000 and 800,000, and 48,000 was a lot different than 90,000.
I think with him seeing this video of this meeting on tonight, if he was trying to scheme and go.
Oh, there's no scheme about it. It's not that.
But I'm saying.
It's not the scheme.
He gonna stick with that number.
No, it's not about that. He can say no, and we'll go to the next bidder. But do we allow him to even bid? Now, if he messes up again, we don't have another phase, so we won't ever know, will we? So
I don't think we can
Okay.
allow him.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to make a real big point, and
Point.
I hope he bids it for 198, because I got a doubt he can do it for
All right.
that, just like I did on the last.
point noted.
Okay.
Point noted. Anybody else?
I was gonna say, looking at the bids, according to the number of trees that are listed on the bids,
Fine. If he can do it for that, I'm
he got the trees.
to him
He got the
too.
trees.
Okay.
But he did the last time. I'm making that
Like I
point.
said, I verified each tree, each location,
Both
I
times.
mean,
Sure.
I'd rather.
You did your
to,
due diligence
pay-
with all three.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
I'd
said
rather
he-
do,
he took 'em down.
the 198,000, but I mean, I don't want to get y'all in trouble. So.
Can I ask you-
He's got to complete, or guess what? We won't write the check.
Can I ask you one question
There you go.
and answer this one? Do you think he can do it for 198,000 and make money?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's not in that
That's all I
business.
wanted to know. You
I'm
don't
not
know,
in
and
that
I don't
business.
either. We'll see.
Well, after the last phase in the bid, how much did we spend? What the bid was, or did we end up having to spend more?
We went to the second bidder, which was Mr. Cousins at Tree
Because-
Service, and he did a great job and did
Because-
it,
So Ford never did anyone.
huh?
Ford
He's,
never did.
he's
Not
done
on
work,
that case.
he's done work around town for individuals and stuff, and he's got all his licenses and things. But like I said, Alderman Pro, if he doesn't do the work, he don't get the check.
It's not about that. I was making a point, and I hope he watches the video.
Okay. Well, Point
And I
taken.
was making a point because we got the man who did our last job out here, did a great job, and I talked to him personally out on the street, just so I could, and he's doing the best he can to save us the money he can save to make it happen. But if hey, he'll agree with you too. If Mr. Ford can do it for that, that's happy. He's fine with that. But I got my doubts. We'll see.
Okay.
Just like
All right.
last time.
All right. Anybody else got something to add to that before we vote? Okay. Do I hear a motion to?
Who wanted to say?
Pardon? Yes, sir. Sure. And I would allow anybody else to say something, the other bidders were here as well, so I just,
Robert Walton, Cousins Tree Service.
Uh-huh.
I looked at every tree individually. If I had any questions, I called Cornell. We got everything straight on it. Wanted to make sure what I was bidding on. That's why it's detailed in my bid so
Okay.
thoroughly. I bid every job like it was individual jobs, where I could make money, but not, I don't feel like I'm price gouging on that at all. I know what I'm getting into with this. The last job, I knew exactly what I was getting into. This particular job, a lot of trees on, a lot of big trees. First half of that list looks, pretty reasonable, some smaller dead pines and things. You get down to the second half of that list, some major operation going on. Took me 3 days to look at that list properly. I was here daylight to dark, 2 days in a row. Second day or third day, I finished up a little bit early. Nothing against Mr. Ford, great tree man. He does good work. I don't know if he looked at everything he needed to. I know, there's 21 fences that have to come down to do this job. to get into these backyards. 9 service loops have to be dropped. They're going through the trees. Gonna need insulators on 2 because the sucker growth is so close to the lines, growing through the lines. Estimated 79.5 hours to do the job. That's with no weather delays whatsoever. You're looking at 4 months to do the job. Like I said, I've done my research on this. I've done, looked at it like I need to. But yeah, if he can do it for that price, by all means, get after it.
And one other thing we talked about while we were out there, equipment.
Yeah, I mean, I have.
What's that one truck that you got he doesn't have?
I've got non-conductor bucket trucks. I have years of experience working around high voltage power lines.
Okay, now, I'm not getting comfortable now with the next bidder sitting here getting to try to.
Oh, no, I'm not trying to persuade
Okay,
you.
I'm real
No,
concerned.
you're not.
Okay,
I
know,
just
but
wanted to make
I'm-
comments, and
I'm-
I can make those comments, okay?
Okay, you can.
I am making comments
You
because we
can,
did
but
discuss it.
but what I don't want to get to, Tom, because I'm not sure I can allow a bidder before we vote to come here until after we vote to try to sell us on him.
He wasn't trying to
I
sell you.
don't think that's
He
right.
was not trying to sell you. He was making
I don't want to
comments.
get us in trouble.
And I asked him a question, and he answered it. I asked that question. He never would have said it if I wouldn't have made him say it.
Is where I feel like it needs to be.
But I think we need to have the vote
Yes,
before
sir.
we.
By all means.
Thank you for your
No,
comment.
I appreciate the work he's done. He's done a fantastic job. Anyway, so do I hear a motion to approve the low bid on the tree cutting?
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Alderman Best here, second.
I'll second.
Second by Alderman Smith. We'll do another roll call vote.
We obligated.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, that's not a vote on that one. That's a bid.
We obligated to the lowest bid, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, state.
No, we need to vote on that.
Motion offered by Alderman Betts to approve the low bid for hydro projects concerning, the low bid for the Phase 3 tree removal project. It was second by Alderman Smith, Alderman Betts,
Yes.
Alderman Gardner,
Yes.
Alderman McCoy,
Yes.
Alderman Probst,
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
All right, Mayor, that motion.
Okay.
carries.
All right, next thing we have is board discussion and vote to approve the updated funding amounts for the hydro royalty projects. Of course, we approved a bunch of projects and, we were able to do some more research into what some of these amounts were. And one of them was the transmission line. We was going to have another $2 million in it to complete when it gets completed. And Ms. Moak requested us to, I think we originally asked for what it was, I can't remember right offhand. But anyway, this was the additional cost, post-COVID and cost of it that, originally that it came in a little higher on this phase of doing the transmission lines. And so is there any question on that?
I don't have a question, pertaining to all those changes. My thing is, I just want to make a request, I guess, for the balloon race weekend, if I could just, once it's over with, see a detailed, statement of just things that we, generated for us, given that money that we allocated it to.
Yeah, Paul Farrell's here tonight. He's going to talk a little bit about that. And yeah, we'll get a detailed list of how every penny was spent of the town's money.
Right.
So, yeah,
I appreciate that.
that's not a problem. Okay. Was there anything else we need to get? And the tree was a little bit more, it's a 50-foot instead of the 30-foot that he got, and it's under construction now, and and we're probably going to put it now down between the gateway instead of down in that grassy area, and that would be a real nice place to put it. But those are the two different things. Was anything else? I'm missing something. It seemed like there was one.
What about the Challenger Park? Was that on the last?
That's on the list. Y'all approved the Challenger Park. I just hadn't been.
Wasn't it tabled?
I think it was tabled.
Or improvements to a current field or whatever?
I thought we approved 300,000 for the. Hey, when we go back and look on the video, we'll see that. But
I
anyway,
think that may have been down there at those other parks we were talking about, it's table. I don't know.
No,
I
I
thought the
don't.
Challenger
No, I
Park
think
went
we
through.
approved
I
it.
thought we
made.
approved the 300,000.
I did too.
For the Challenger League.
I thought we did that.
Improve it to
I don't
that
remember the
field.
exact amount, but I remember.
I think it was 300,000 we approved for that. Best of my memory. Anyway, that's the two I know we think of. We'll watch this video and come back with that on the next one. But we haven't got any information together on any numbers on it. So can I hear a motion for those updates? to approve those?
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Alderman Best, there a second?
I second it.
Second by Alderman McCoy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Now, I have some quick updates to run through before we move on. Sinkhole, good news, is supposed to be paved tomorrow. Thank the Lord. So for balloon race weekend, hopefully all the hopefully in a day or two, the traffic will be flowing through that. And it's been and for those people living around there, we believe it is a permanent fix. However, this overlay that's going on, it is not the final overlay. It's going to be like new, but we're going to come back in March and reevaluate and make sure before we put a final finish overlay on it. We're going to go back and take the apron down, further down Concord Extension, either east and west on it, because there's some damage in the street where maybe a excavator got on the asphalt and left tracks. We want to go back and cut that out and do a complete overlay, thin overlay, and make it a good finished product there. So that's
Mayor, I think we talked about this before too, but like Claude's old house,
that's coming, but that won't be, hopefully, you won't have a whole intersection shut down. If there could be a possibility, hopefully it won't be a road closure, but we don't know that because we don't know what's under there.
yeah.
But it won't be that intersection. It
But
affects so many
she had
people.
called me that, we'd done some road work there and ever since the hill watered. So I was,
Well, it's definitely got some issues under there. We know that. But we wanted to get this intersection open priority.
definitely,
So
yeah.
that's affecting one house right now instead of all the other homes that it's affected. So yes, that's going to get fixed.
Now, I was just saying, when they were repaving, I didn't know what the, what
No,
we're gonna do.
that's the next thing we got to attack.
Okay.
And Cordell and I, we've talked and also, that's the next thing we got to look at. And talking about closures, everybody knows, I spent some time today with the construction company over there, putting the transmission lines across the river for energy. 131, they saw the temporary signs, they're saying it was going to be closed. Well, the temporary sign's gone now, so I thought, well, did they do what they needed to do? So I stopped and talked to them. They said, no, they're going to be closed tomorrow. It's going to reopen Friday and be open for balloon race weekend only. And then for a month, 131, from about those rent homes, when you come off of Logan Sewell right there by BASF and go right toward Deer Park, right past those houses, all the way down to Crawford Welding will be closed to open traffic. So anybody traveling south on 15 or going to 15 on 131 will either have to detour through DA Big Lane Road or Highway 15 and go through Faraday coming to Vidalia. So just wanted to put that out there. That came from the construction company themselves there. Okay. Now, the slough pumping stations they're in full process on that. They've got the well built where the pump will go down into and got a lot of the subsurface infrastructure, concrete poured, and that's ongoing. Polk Park, you can drive by out there and see that you can starting to form up what you see out there. The roads it's all being built up. They poured the slab today to the fitness court back here by the basketball basketball court, and it's going to really be nice. They've expanded the pond pretty good bit, and so that's coming along pretty good. So that's Polk Park, and along with that, we've approved converting the pickleball courts on the back quadrant of the tennis courts and resurfacing that and getting fiberglass boards or acrylic boards for the pavilion out here. I talked with a company, Goals and Poles in Baton Rouge. They've been in business 45 years and do a lot of those things all over Louisiana. And it's going to be a little more than what we might have asked for, but they also can resurface. I didn't realize till I walked out there today and discussing those backboards with these guys that surface out there needs to be refinished as well on those other courts. And they said that they can give us new backboards, not acrylic ones, but if we want to, upgrade those backboards that's out there for those other 4 courts, they can do that. But I'll get estimates on that. I just want to bring y'all up to speed on where we were on that. So that should be coming to fruition pretty quick. The farmer's market, I'm excited about. Dustin, if you would you pull that up? We approved the building the farmer's market pavilion, and I found one that I think is going to be a great asset. It's going to be a hub here for Vidalia. This particular one is in Columbia, Missouri.
Been there.
He been there? And what it does, it'll be built out here across from the community garden. And what people will do will be to back their vehicles up under it. It'll be out of the weather. And they have enough room where people and customers and whoever can walk between each side of that pavilion. And can you dim those lights off, Bobby, right there? And if you'll scroll through it, you'll kind of see that's not it. That's me. Okay. But this is kind of some picture. If you can blow it, I don't know if you can blow it up or not. But what people do, they back in up under the edges of it, and the center of it's open where people can walk up and down and do that. And doing it, see that's kind of, there we go. Line each sides of it with their stuff, whether it's fruits or vegetables or arts and crafts. Now, it won't be a flea market where people can come sell clothes and all that. I don't want to do that, but when it's not used for the market, I'm hoping we can have a farmer's market keep it on Wednesday and Saturday mornings. And the rest of the time it can be a community center. People have family reunions, can use it, family reunions, birthday parties, since it's adjacent to all of our other facilities. But this is just kind of a slide presentation of it. So, and that would kind of be the appearance of it. I think it's fit out there well and certainly be a community draw, and something that would bring a lot of people from probably a 50-mile radius too, especially on weekends. So just wanted to let y'all know that's already been given to the engineer to look at, and they're working on those plans as we speak. Next thing we have is the LED wall. I'm gonna let Dustin pull that up. Dustin put together our LED walls at our convention center. That's going to be a upcharge on this for people renting that, or if they want to have a movie night, use it for different things. We will have it out we hope under the amphitheater this weekend that you can see it. We'll have it, but that's it. Well, I got to share it online too. Okay. But that's kind of it to the left, you'll see, but it's 7 by 13, Dustin? And it's really something to see, and it's going to be nice. It'll be out there. And I waited to get this point because I got Paul here. I'm going to let him talk about right now if he wants to come up. But they will have a camera on them, but we can show when they actually jump out of the plane, one of them, you turn the lights back on. They'll have a camera on them. We can see them live jumping out of the plane. And, oh, you do have a, okay.
It's gonna be just kind of showing what we do a little bit. There's no sound. It's just gonna play while I'm
I was
talking.
gonna say no audio.
Get that one off of there.
It's got audio. Just gonna play this while I talk a little bit. First of all, just Mayor, Alderman, thank y'all for approving budget last meeting and for helping us out with this Big River Fall Festival. I'm gonna start and just kind of tell you how we got here, and Mayor, if I start getting a little long,
Okay.
just kind of tell me to move along, but we started this last year. I'm a skydiver, and I have been for a long time. This is the crazy part of the show, not so much because I'm a skydiver, because I took on a project that I didn't realize was going to grow into this monster event. We approved $50,000 of the budget. You're fixing to get about $250,000 due to a lot of the resources that we've drawn on, both Jim Allgood and I, through a lot of our contacts, him through his media and the bands and the people that he knows, me through some of my friends in skydiving and everything. Several years ago, I went to the Balloon Festival Committee and asked them about doing some demos for them, and they didn't care to have that happen. So I've worked with Mayor Buzz on another project before. We did a trash fishing rodeo here in the community several years ago. It was a huge success. We had fishermen and people clean up area lakes, and they came through and weighed it all in, and it was just a nice event. So I've got good feelings with Louisiana. I've lived in Louisiana a long time, even though I live in Natchez. I wanted to come and offer the opportunity to do a demo because I like doing demos. I like skydiving during one of the events that Vidalia has had for years. during the balloon race weekend, you've always had events going on this side of the river. So I talked to the mayor about doing some demo jumps, and we did. Last year we did, I think, about 8 jumps, and mayor and maybe some of you had the opportunity to come and see us perform. We enjoy our sport. We like to share it with others. So we did the demo jumps, and I think the mayor saw an opportunity to raise the bar a little bit in the normal yearly activities. So he asked us to try to bring together a little music and a little skydiving demonstrations. And we started with that challenge, and we termed this the Big River Fall Festival. We now have about, I think it's 16 bands performing. I've sent a schedule out to everybody so you can see what's going on. Last year we had 4 people that came in and did the demos. This year I've got a 9-way professional team coming in. All of the team members are world record holders. We've all done demos. We're all very experienced. Bringing a plane in from Florida. It's a large plane, so it's quite expensive to get them in here to do the kind of jumps that we are offering. We've also encourage people in the community who want to do a tandem skydive to book their event at the Concordia Airport. So in addition to the music festival that we'll have going on at the amphitheater, we'll have the demo jumps, we'll have tandem jumps out at the airport, and a lot of other activities that are going to be happening over that 3-day period.
Have y'all filled all those appointments for the tandem jumps? There's local people can do a tandem jump that you harness yourself to one of those guys and jump out of a perfectly good airplane if you want to do it. But
I've got some flyers here.
do y'all
that
have any
explain-
openings left? I mean, because y'all done booked,
Yes,
what,
we still
35?
have some openings left. We've got close to 40 tandems booked right now. They booked those through the Jump Florida Skydiving. It is a lot safer than the perception of jumping out of an airplane. The technology has grown to such advance these days that when you make your jump and you come in for a landing, you stand up nice and soft, or if you want to, they slide in. And, tandem jumps are very safe. We're a lot safer riding around in here in our vehicles in traffic or on motorcycles and the things we do on a daily basis than being injured on a tandem jump.
Our police chief did a tandem last year and he's going to do it this year,
He
right?
will.
That-
We'll have,
He going to be one of the ones y'all going to video going down? Is that?
We have, and Mayor mentioned the video, we have a camera coming. In fact, I already have it. That is a live stream camera. We have a camera flyer that'll be with us. There'll be 9 people that are forming a diamond formation, and our camera flyer will be behind us and flying around us. And the video camera that he's wearing will send a transmission to the ground and project live time onto the big screen. So people in the audience, instead of looking up and trying to find us 9,000 feet up there, they can look at the Jumbotron and actually see what we're doing as we're doing it. So you'll get a better idea of what it is we do. There's a lot of different disciplines in skydiving. You think you're falling through the air. We don't. When we leave the plane, we immediately open our parachutes, but then we begin flying our parachutes together and taking actual grips on the parachutes and forming a diamond formation. So that's what we'll be doing, and we'll be landing at the amphitheater on the levee,
And that
right?
starts Thursday, correct?
Thursday, we have a VIP party. All your aldermen, you'll get the VIP bands to be able to come for the whole weekend. But Thursday night, we have a VIP party with dinner hosted by Honey Break Lodge and C&M Crawfish. It's going to be a real nice meal, short ribs and shrimp and all the fixings to go with it. We have 2 bands on Thursday night. You've got Lloyd Hurricane Munn and the Forecasters. 3 of those band members used to play with Jimmy Buffett. So get your Buffett shoes on and come out and enjoy that. We also have Thomas Kane, who is an uprising Nashville star. He'll be the second performance that night.
What time does that start? Thursday night?
5:30.
And that's part of public, right?
The VIP area is for the VIP guests only. Those are sponsor members. We've sold some sponsor memberships. And it's for the city council and sheriff's police and the people that are putting this event on. We've got about 150 or so that we figure 150 to 175 invitees and sponsors. When somebody buys a sponsorship, they get a certain number of armbands to invite some of their friends and guests or cohorts. So we've got about 150 to 175 we're thinking for that VIP. But outside of that VIP area, which will be a barricaded area on the concrete right in front of the amphitheater, and that'll be for the entire weekend where the VIP section is. During the whole show, even on Thursday night, anybody can come and sit in the amphitheater area out on the levee area and enjoy any of the music. They just can't come into the VIP area and eat dinner with us. That's kind of a special night for all of the entertainers, the performers, the people that are helping to put this on, and our sponsors.
So what time, I'm kind of talking to it, just
Can
the
I-
key points.
Can I make
5
a
o'clock
comment?
is-
Can I make a comment? You gave us this?
Yes, sir.
Is that pretty much in stone, what's gonna happen?
It's pretty close. There's been a couple of minor changes, but
Okay.
it's pretty
Could
close.
we-
5 o'clock is time to show up. 5:30 or so will be
Could we
dinner.
allow copies of this to go out to the
Yes,
public?
we've
If
got
we
these
put a
posted.
thing that they come by the town of Vidalia?
Absolutely.
and pick
We've
up
got
a
these
copy of what's
posted on
gonna take
Facebook.
place?
We have a Big River Fall Festival Facebook site. So this has been posted on Facebook. Probably an update. These are some I've had for a couple
Yeah.
of weeks.
But a lot of people don't do Facebook, you know, the older
Right,
people
but-
for sure, and
You're
it'd be
welcome
good
to
if
share
you,
these.
if it's okay with you. that-
There's been articles in the newspapers, both the Democrat and the Sentinel, 2 times. About a week or 2 ago, there were articles in both papers. And I think today is a good article that came out. I hadn't seen it, but I heard it was a really good article that they just
Yeah,
put in and they've
you're
got
gonna-
the schedule.
Are you doing it on radio too?
We've been really hammering it on radio.
Okay.
Jim Allgood on his stations, Facebook, radio. We've tried to get TV. We've invited media to come to the event, to report on the event. But it's going to be a pretty big show.
Mhm.
That's only Friday night. Saturday, you've got,
What time does it start Saturday? Just, I want to make these points of reference when they start. When does it start Saturday? And when will the vendors, I mean, the vendors will be, will they start showing up Thursday night, or will it be
now
Friday?
the
when all
vendors and all, there's another, the convention center books all of the other vendors and the food booths and those activities. And I think they're going to be there at least by 10 o'clock. We're saying 10 o'clock for the activities that we're putting on.
Yeah.
The vendors will probably be there a little earlier, maybe open earlier. But on Friday, it starts at 5 o'clock, dinner at about 5:30. We do the first demo. And this first demo on Thursday night, it'll be with smoke and pyrotechnics, fireworks coming off of some of the legs and flags, and it'll be the full show. On Friday, we start at 10 o'clock, actually 11 o'clock. We have invited all of the area schools. They've sent out to get permission slip signs. They're going to have field trips. It's a free Friday field trip, and they're going to be watching professional working dogs. We've got Jason Reynolds. He has long distance jumping dogs. He's got a big tank. It's about half as big as this room, or almost as wide as this room. And the dogs, they run and they long distance jump. They'll have fish in the tank, and they do some fishing demonstrations. They've been doing this show for about 30 years. They hadn't done it in this area, so it's a treat to get them here for this event and to invite the area schools to come out, bring the kids, and let them see this. We also have Honey Break Lodge. Jared Moffitt is bringing the Honey Break dogs, and Joe Rivertown Retrievers. I forgot his name. Rivertown Retrievers is also working with Jared Moffitt. They're going to be put on retriever demonstrations for the kids, like waterfowl. They'll have their dogs and they'll cast them. These dogs go 300 yards and fetch different retrieves. It's a very professional educational program with working dogs for the kids on Friday. We do demos 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock,
and 6 o'clock. 5 demos each day, Friday and Saturday. The last 2 jumps of each day will involve some sort of smoke or pyrotechnics, a little bit more visible. The other 3 jumps earlier in the day will just be us doing our formations and coming and landing there at the levee. Bands on Friday include, let me get down there, and I passed this out, but you got Brandon John's Muddy Mojo Band. Thomas Sanders is local from Faraday here. I think he was related to Jerry Lee Lewis in some way, but he does a Jerry Lee Lewis rendition. He's really good. You've got the NOLA Groove Band. That's the main band on Friday night. And this is one of the top dance bands out of New Orleans. It's a 7-piece band, and they're going to put on a really good show.
Really good.
You will really enjoy that. A lot of good old time music, good dance music. On Saturday, the music starts with Ransack at 12 o'clock. It's a band, Jimmy Allgood has booked all these musical bands. He's met most all of these bands. There's an annual fairs, festival, convention that he goes to, and he's met a lot of these bands. And these bands have agreed to come at a fraction of what they normally charge. They're doing this because Jim Allgood is videoing all of their performances and giving them demo tapes that they can use to promote themselves at other events. And we're working to include them at doing these types of festivals in other towns and other areas. So they're joining a team, and they're giving us a real big discount on their performances. So you'll get some Ransack Band. You've got the I-10 band, I-10 Bound Band. They're out of South Louisiana, really good. Reckless Malfunction, Sweet Tooth Jones Band. Hannibal is a local artist. I want to say she was on American Idol or something like that, but she's really talented. And then the Petty Betty Band, kind of out of New Orleans and Florida, kind of a combination. And then the big band for Saturday night is Vince Vance and the Valiants, an old time band, been around a long time, but he's still performing. I don't know if any of y'all know Vince Vance, but he's got the straight up hair, about 2 feet tall. But they put on a good show, and he's bringing with him part of that show, Little Elvis 5. He's a 5-year-old little Elvis impersonator. You've got Al Little Fats Jackson, who is a Fats Domino type of I'm not going to say impersonator, but a performer. And then you've got Tomato TTT Tina Turner, another act that she represents Tina Turner in her. It's going to be a great big show.
What about Sunday? Is that now? Are y'all got
Sunday?
Is there all the churches, or I mean,
It's all the churches are invited, and forgive me because I'm forgetting names, but we have a church that is the host, and they're going to do a sunrise service beginning at 7 o'clock, about 7 to 9. And they're doing it early so that the normal church services won't be interrupted.
Okay.
So we've sent invitation out to all the area churches.
So it'll conclude at 9 o'clock,
Yeah, it'll conclude by 9 o'clock.
and everything's done for Sunday.
Everything's done with us for Sunday. Now, you'll still have your vendors out there, the petting zoo and what the convention center is setting up.
Okay.
But what Jim and I and what we have set up, we conclude that morning by 9 o'clock.
Okay.
But it's going to be a huge
Well,
event. I think
and
it's going to
we're
bring a
looking
lot
forward
of people to Vidalia.
All right, good deal, Paul. Well, we'll meet some more, and I appreciate you coming and sharing that with them. But we hope to see it grow. We'll be working on all the logistics of it, moving people around and getting them transported and all. But anyway,
We're working with the sheriff's department, the police department, and all the security and things like that. So we expect
Appreciate
to have a good performance.
Thank you a bunch. Thank you, Jim. I mean, Paul. I called him. I apologize to you for that. All right, Paul. Have a good evening. Thank you a bunch. Okay, going on. We got the Council on Aging renovation. We're waiting on that last bid on our gutter, fixing the gutters and stuff on it. Trash can program. the best estimates we can get, you're looking at, well, we're working on it. We're looking at probably, this was up in New York, a 40-gallon can is like $45 or $51 or $53. I think you need a bigger can than that. That's not, 40-gallon is just smaller, but a lot of people have two bags. I think probably the next size up, 55 or 55-gallon would probably be something you need. Probably going to be a cost around $60 a can. So you're looking at just can cost without any kind of, identification on it, $144,000. But I think we earmarked, what, 250 I gave them.
I think so.
So I think we can make this happen. We just got to make sure that we do this right the first time. So anyway, we're working on that. As y'all know, American Cruise Lines, no cost to the town. Y'all seen the construction down there. They've extended that ramp to where low water condition, they can still land there. So they did, to think they graciously cleaned up what was there. So for the weekend, they've moved all that, but they're not quite through with it. Once after the balloon race weekend, they'll got some pouring to do down there to finish that up. But we appreciate them still investing in our community. And the last thing I got, DA Big Lane, the engineer is updating his engineer estimates on the road, and then we'll be putting it out for bid. So that's all the project stuff I have on my report. So we're going to move on with our meeting, and now I'm asking as far as those who are visiting, if you want to leave, we're fixing to go into an executive session. There may be action taken after that, may not be. Chances are it won't be. But we're going to go to an executive session to discuss a police department personnel matter. So if anybody wants, I'm just saying, if you want to leave, I don't think you'll miss anything if you do. So now I'm going to get I ask the board to make a motion to go into executive session. Motion made by Alderman McCoy.
Yes, sir.
And second?
Second.
By Alderman Probst. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we will adjourn to the utility office. Motion to come out of executive session.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Alderman
Second.
Gardner, second by Alderman Probst. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, now can I hear a motion that we accept the recommendation of the police chief in
Make that
relation
motion.
to his personnel matter?
To make exception to accept what that police chief Merrill decision on the employee,
His recommendation.
his recommendation.
Motion made by Alderman Probst, here a second. Alderman Smith, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, to hear a motion, we adjourn.
I make that motion.
Motion made by Alderman McCoy, second.
Second.
Second by Alderman Gardner. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Stand adjourned. Thank you very
All
much.
right. Thank you.